It is a Tuesday morning at the grocery store. You walk down the dairy aisle, and there it is, row after row of yogurt. Plain yogurt, Greek yogurt, vanilla yogurt, fruit on the bottom yogurt, little cups for lunch boxes, big tubs for breakfast, and the price keeps climbing. $5 for a quart, $6 for the thicker kind, $1 or more for a single little cup with a spoonful of sweetened fruit at the bottom. And I want you to stop right there and think about what you are looking at, because yogurt is one of the simplest foods a family can make at home. Milk and a spoonful of yogurt, that is nearly the whole of it. Now, I want to show you something. In an older kitchen, the kind of kitchen people used to work in before convenience foods took over half the grocery bill, yogurt was not a specialty item. It was not a health food luxury. It was not a plastic container with a fancy label. It was simply milk, warmed carefully, cultured, covered, and left alone long enough to turn into breakfast. I'm Amish, and I grew up around kitchens where people knew how to make simple food stretch farther. And today, I'm going to show you the old way to make homemade yogurt for almost nothing. By the end of this video, you will know how to make it with 2 ingredients, why it works, and why there is a good chance you never need to buy yogurt from the store again. Now the old method plainly. You need 2 things. First, milk. Whole milk is best if you want rich yogurt. 2% works fine too. Even skim milk will work, though it makes a thinner yogurt. Second, you need a little plain yogurt with live active cultures in it. Just a couple spoonfuls. That is your starter. That is what carries the living culture into the warm milk and turns it into yogurt. That's it, milk and starter. The chemistry plainly. Milk contains a natural sugar called lactose. The live cultures in yogurt feed on that sugar and slowly turn it into lactic acid. As the milk becomes more acidic, the proteins in the milk begin to tighten and set. That is what transforms thin milk into thick yogurt. It sounds technical, but the truth is simple. You are not doing anything strange to the milk. You are simply creating the right conditions and letting time do the work. Now here is the method. Pour your milk into a pot and warm it slowly over medium heat. You want it hot, but not boiling over. If you have a thermometer, bring it to about 180 degrees Fahrenheit. If you do not, just watch for steam and little bubbles around the edges. Then take it off the heat and let it cool down until it is warm but not hot. If you can hold a clean finger in it for a few seconds comfortably, you are in the right neighborhood. If it is too hot, it will kill the culture. If it is too cool, the yogurt may not set well. Once the milk is warm, take a small bowl and mix in 2 tablespoons of plain yogurt starter with a little of the warm milk. Stir it smooth. Then pour that back into the pot and stir gently. Now pour that mixture into a clean jar, bowl, or crock. Cover it. And this next part matters most. Keep it warm and leave it alone. That is the old rule. Do not keep checking it every 20 minutes. Do not shake it. Do not fuss over it. Set it in a warm oven with the heat turned off and only the light on, or wrap it in a towel and place it in a warm spot in the kitchen. Let it sit for 6 to 8 hours. By morning or by evening, if you started early, the milk will be yogurt. Thick, plain, clean, homemade yogurt. No gums, no fillers, no mystery thickeners, no little plastic cups, no paying store prices for something your own kitchen can make for almost nothing. Now, I want to be honest about what this saves. A family that buys yogurt every week can spend a surprising amount of money on it without even noticing. A few tubs here, a few cups there, and by the end of the month, you have spent far more than you meant to on what is really just cultured milk. But homemade yogurt costs little more than the milk itself, especially once you save a spoonful from one batch to start the next batch. That is the part many people miss. After your first batch, you do not need to buy starter again right away. Just save 2 spoonfuls of your homemade yogurt and use that to start the next one. One batch gives rise to the next. That is old kitchen economy. That is how careful households used to operate. And once you have the yogurt made, you can eat it plain, sweeten it with honey, stir in fruit, spoon it over oats, use it in baking, strain it for thicker yogurt, or serve it beside supper the way older kitchens often did with simple meals. So here is what I want you to do this week. Buy 1 container of plain yogurt with live cultures and 1 jug of milk. Make 1 batch, that is all. And tell me in the comments below, did your mother or grandmother ever make yogurt, buttermilk, cottage cheese, or any other old dairy food at home? Those are exactly the kinds of kitchen skills people stop talking about, and they are worth bringing back. Until then, warm the milk gently, stir in the culture, keep it warm, and let time do the rest. Because the old truth is still the truth. Some of the simplest foods in the kitchen are the ones the store charges the most for, and yogurt is one of them.